The Oracle Network.
It's Talentless Talent brought to you by the Oracle Network. Look deeper, baby. We're going in. We're diving deep. You can get all of your true crime podcast along with variety of podcasts on the oraclenetwork.com. Don't forget to follow the Oracle Network and subscribe to all their wonderful podcasts. And guess what? I'm Podcast of the Month. Hey, she doing something out here, right? Okay. It's August. I'm Podcast of the Month. I am Podcast of the Month in Leo season and part of Virgo season. That's interesting to me because those are two seasons I do not thrive in whatsoever. I am sorry. I am here to say it. I am not thriving in either of those seasons. Everybody that I love and adore are typically Virgos. I love them. They're the sweetest beings. But that season's not for me. I am not a fan, so I am not sorry. Also, if you don't believe in that, that's not my problem. You can get over yourself. Excuse me. And this podcast is brought to you by Spreaker. Spreaker. Let me tell you about Spreaker. Spreaker allows you to host your podcast. Check out your daily, monthly, yearly, quarterly, whatever statistics, whatever you want, you got. You can edit your podcast. You can delete and re-upload and keep your statistics from before. You can monetize your podcast. And there's a great networking system within Spreaker. So check it out, baby. I have a delicious episode for you. I have Ran Barnaclo on the podcast. Ran is known for his yelling. Just yelling. I've been told shut up by Ran multiple times, and I don't even think he knew who he was yelling at. So, with that being said, I'm very excited for this episode. Ran is absolutely phenomenal human. He hosts bingos on Mondays, and sometimes the pot gets really high. So, check that out, because I'm going to, and I'm a fighting old lady over some money, baby. I was asked to go to bingo one time, and then I wasn't allowed in because I wasn't 21. So I have held a vendetta against the bingo overlords, and I'm ready to get my fucking revenge. It's well-deserved and well-earned. Ran is, I think I said it, a comedian. Ha-ha! Ran's amazing. He's been a staple in the comedy scene. He has helped me out tremendously just with some little tidbits here and there, and he hosts his own open mic at Drip on Thursdays. I can't go ever because I have a commitment, and one day I'm just going to not show up for my commitment because I would love to attend that. So check that out, and you can look at any of his upcoming shows on his Instagram. So make sure you follow him on the Instagram. The description is below. It's also in the promo photo if you can fucking read. Oh my God. It's been a crazy day. I took Franklin to go get his nails trimmed. I usually get him the pedicure. And that like comes with all kinds of stuff, but every time I've taken him there, he never gets the cologne spritz, and that's upsetting. And he also only got a bandana once, and it's because I asked for it. But I thought all that came with it. I guess not. But he's supposed to get like his paw pads smoothed and massaged, and a nail trim and a nail grind, so they're not like pokey. So we've done it before. We've gotten them done so many times, and today they're like, he's just not feeling it. He just really doesn't like it. And I'm like, what? And I look back there, and he just has this smirk on his face. His tail's wagging. He looks like he's all about it and that he loves attention. So I don't know what they were on today, but it's fine. Mr. Beans is under the table, and that's why I mentioned that, because I love him. And I want another dog, but that's a lot going on in my life. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I sure did. It was a lot of fun doing it, and a huge thank you to Ran for coming out after bingo and just taking the time, man. The rules, and this podcast is a lot of fun. I laughed until I cried at a lot of points. So I hope you enjoy. Happy TT Thursday, babies, and here you go. Talentless talent.
Talentless talent.
Talentless.
Talent.
Talentless.
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 Talent.
Talent.
Talentless.
Talentless.
Talent.
Talents.
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 Talent's talentless talent.
Talents, talents.
Talons with the talentless to the talons. Talentless talent.
Talentless talent.
It's talentless talent.
Talentless talent.
Oh God.
We're entitled to.
You sound good. I sound far away.
You do sound far away. It's because all of this is turned down.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
Boom 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 ba da boom 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 ba da my ya ya ya
I'm trying to make it all the same. That's the same. That's the same.
ba da
That's the same.
ya dum da da dum da da my ya ya ya.
That's good. Is that
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. Well, now I'm kind of gone. Oh, there I
You
am.
want to hear you? You want to hear yourself?
Yeah.
Real loud. Real loud. Oh man. Got a spicy one today, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to my home.
It's nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a weird locale. Yeah. It feels like a bunch of young business professionals are moving into a neighborhood where like a bunch of people that currently moved out to live on a raft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Most of the people that live in this neighborhood have lived here since like 1993.
Really?
Yeah, and they're all aggressive.
What do you mean aggressive? They're like, don't tread on me. And it's like, hey, man, nobody's coming to this neighborhood.
Nobody knows where it's at.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mainly, they'll just call the mayor.
Yeah, oh yeah, they like know the man. I like how like there's like a brand of hillbilly that lives in a place that's like, don't you dare come here. And it's like, yeah, man, we weren't gonna. It fucking sucks where you live.
Where we found out, like, that
I'm not
it
saying this place
existed.
sucks. This place is actually a sick neighborhood, and I would live here. But I'm just saying, there's like some places, you know, like all
This
of
place.
Indiana, you know.
Indiana. Indiana is a trash state.
Yeah.
They have gator bites at their restaurants, though.
And what is a gator bite?
It's alligator. They deep fry it.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they have those at a lot of their restaurants.
No.
Is it real gator?
No.
What's it made out of?
Where are people from Indiana getting alligator? It ain't fresh. Also, I don't think alligator's ever fresh because they're all like 55 years old.
They're ancient.
You know what I mean?
They're like
Most alligators
dinosaurs.
are so old. And people are like, yeah, this gator's fresh. And it's like, no, it's been in a fucking swamp for 48 years.
People eat that shit.
People eat, anybody that eats any sort of snake or reptile or amphibian, I don't necessarily need to speak to you.
Get out of my life
Yeah,
forever.
it's over.
Would you eat alligator? Have you ate alligator?
I can say 100% never.
No.
No. Dude, I don't even like mushrooms. I'm not going to start eating fucking prehistoric lizards. You know what I mean? I don't like a mushroom. I'm not going to eat a fucking lizard. Like a swamp lizard.
At that,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that makes total sense. I don't think I would eat a lizard.
Yeah, people are like, I'm an adventurous eater. And it's like, oh, are you really? And they're like, yeah. And it's like, well, what do you eat? And they're like, they just talk about like eating like fucking like weird French cuisine. And I'm like, everything you're saying is bugs.
Like escargot?
Yeah, I don't eat a fucking bug, dude. What?
What about squid? Would you eat squid?
No.
No?
Well, I've had calamari, but is that squid?
Does that count? Is that
I mean, yeah.
Was
probably
it fried?
counts. Yeah.
I don't know if that counts though. If it's I don't know. People
Okay.
eat live squids.
Yeah, I mean, when it gets down to like, you know, like there's this new culture of people that read Anthony Bourdain's book that are just like, I want to eat the fucking weirdest shit. And it's like, dude, just go home. Just go home and eat rice. You know what I mean? Eat broccoli and rice and drink water and just leave everybody out of your palate. It's weird.
And they want to tell you about it too. That's the other thing.
They love to talk about how adventurous they are when they ate. And it's like, dude, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Are you a picky eater?
Not super picky. There's like 3 things I don't like. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like olives. And I don't like mayonnaise.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll eat like an aioli or something light. And if there's mayonnaise on something, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry, I'll be like, all right, fine. I just don't prefer it. So I'm not like really that picky.
So you wouldn't like optionally put mayonnaise on a sandwich?
Right, yeah. And I'm not like a seafood guy either.
No.
No. I didn't just my family's Italian, but they like weren't ever like seafaring Italian style.
Right.
It's because it was always like you get fish in Ohio. That's like what they always would say. They'd be like, you're not gonna get. And as a kid, that made sense. But now I'm like, well, trucks have refrigerators.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like, still, I've never been a fish boy.
Speaking of being Italian, does the Italian emoji, is that offensive?
Not to me.
Do you use it? Do you use it
Yeah,
often?
I use it all the time. I mean, I just grew up in a household where my grandmother is like my great grandma is from Italy.
Yeah.
And so like we had that, you know what I mean? I don't find that offensive. I think that's like kind of that's a weird thing, and I don't want to sound any kind of way, but that is a weird thing about shit people get offended by, which I don't understand is like, how is it offensive if it's like a big up thing? I think it's cool that the Italian hand is an emoji. I don't think that's offensive.
It like verifies the existence
Yeah.
of Italians.
Yeah, well, or not just yeah, the emoji verified that it wasn't like Rome being a superpower. It was fucking the emoji. That's even more. That actually offends me. That made me so sad.
You leave now.
Yeah,
It's over.
well, that was a good 7 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand certain things to get like I don't even get offended if somebody who's not Italian will, you know, like say an Italian slur to me. I don't think that's that fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know, my grandma used to call us wops at dinner all the time and shit. But she was she didn't have any papers when she came to America.
Oh,
so she
damn.
was a legit wop. That's what it means. And then Cardi B and them come out with a song and like Italians want to be like, oh, that's fucked up. I can't believe it. You know, and it's like, hold on a second, dude. It's not, you guys all voted for Trump. How can you be offended by Cardi B? You know what I mean? It's like you can't choose your battles. It's so... The whole shit, everything is weird.
I feel like the Jersey Shore definitely was one of those that kind of pushed the limit with.
Yeah, it made
Italian
Italians
culture.
look like shit.
It was bad.
Well, if you really look at all the old, like, Italians in American culture, we're fucking criminals. You know what I mean? We're like gnarly criminals, murderers.
Mob.
We cheat on our wives, and when we're not cheating on them, we're beating them. and it's like, dude, hold on a second. It's like it's not like that. None of my family was in the mob that I know of. No, they weren't, but they weren't. And it's like I don't know. And if anybody wants to hate Italians, I'm a quarter Serbian, so I'll just claim that.
Move on to the next one.
I'll just claim Serb anyway. So yeah, it is weird. I don't understand. I mean, I think we're 3 or 4. I'm going to call my shot on the podcast. I think we're 3 or 4 years away from Italians getting a hashtag.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
Stop Italian hate. There's going to be one.
You really think so?
For sure.
I'm gonna make sure to frame this.
Yeah.
And
Stop
we're gonna come
Italian
back
hate
to it.
will be a hashtag.
That's why.
Yeah. It has to be.
In like 5 years, you think? You think it would be?
Yeah. Maybe next year.
I think there's probably a Stop White Hate.
Oh, but
Going
those
around.
are not the type of people you want to hang out with. Yeah. The Stop White Hate people are the most racist people.
It's the worst.
Yeah, they're the worst. Like, you know, there was Stop Asian Hate, and people were like beating up little Asian ladies, like shitbags were being horrible. And I get that. But now it's even gotten to a point where it's like, you can't do the voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I never did the voice, but you know, when the owner of Go Bananas is an Asian dude, and how many times he's been like felt victimized by us playing around is 0 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, he's never been like, I can't believe you guys spoke to me that way. No, never. It's the same thing with the Italian hand thing. It's like, how could you ever be offended by that? It's so weird.
It's very strange. They just came out with a pregnant man one.
Excuse
That's
me?
wild. Yeah, it's a whole pregnant man. That one's coming
Hey,
out.
I like everything. I think everything kind of fucking rules. Like when somebody, like that's why I've never had a problem with a pronoun. I've never had a problem with a sexual proclivity. I've never had a problem with anything anyone chooses to do because I'm not them. So I don't care. And when
Exactly.
people argue it, I'm like, you're a fucking psychopath.
Why is this what you choose to do with your free time?
Why would you be mad at anybody for wanting to do what they want to do?
Exactly.
You know, like if I had a kid and my daughter came downstairs and she wanted to dress like a fucking juggalo, I'd be like, the music sucks. Get your ass outside and make some friends.
To each your own. Drive her to the gathering.
Yeah, dude. It's like, whatever, man.
I absolutely agree with that. I don't know. I use that emoji a lot.
Well, hell yeah.
And I'm like, but I'm not Italian.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not
It doesn't matter.
Throw it in there every chance I get.
I mean, that is not offensive. That's just not offensive. It fucking rules.
Who started that? Is there
Italians.
What, like, there had to have been a moment.
It's like a punctuation. It's not an people think it's a fucking angry thing, but it's not. It's like a praise thing.
Yeah, like when people do the like the
praying hands.
Yeah, the praying hands. Yeah. I think it's the same.
Well, it's like when people were like, it's like when people like would quietly do it too.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like when everybody was screaming and talking with their hands. It's like somebody would just be hanging out and if you saw something cool, you'd be like,
yes.
Yeah,
Which I love that. It's the best way to say that's dope without saying
oh yeah,
dope.
the fucking
and the chef's kiss, like that's
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that's like one of my other favorite things.
I like a
love
chef's
that.
kiss.
Yes.
I've been liking the shaka lately.
The shocker?
The shaka.
I was like,
I've been liking the old with the. I like the thumb and the pinky out.
the hang loose.
Yeah, the hang loose.
Yeah,
I've been a
that
big
too.
fan of the hang loose, and you know what? I caught myself. I do it too much. I think I do too much.
Like going through a restaurant drive-through.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. I did it to the lady at the bank. She was like, "Here's your deposit slip," and I was like, "Sick." And then I walked out, and I was like, "What? Who the fuck am I? Why did I do that?"
You're gonna have one of those shell necklaces
Yeah.
the next time you go in the
That'll
bank.
never happen. But I did throw I shook the panther at her. I was like, "Hey." And I was like, "Thanks, brother." And she was just like, "This guy sucks.
What's happening?
He has $1,700 to his name."
I read his deposit.
Yeah, and she sure as shit did. She was not impressed.
She's like, get this out of here.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to touch on is because I got super into your Instagram story last night about Twilight.
Oh man, I didn't know if I was being annoying
I was
Okay.
for it.
because I got to do. I got a pretty good amount of DMs of people being like, "Oh, do Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2," and I was like, "Okay, I will."
How far in did you get? Did you
I
watch
got
all?
to Eclipse and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
That's why the story stopped. Because it was like 4 a.m. and I was like, my thought was, because I was about to go to Cleveland the next day, and I was just like, all right, I'm going to watch every Twilight movie. And I just I don't know, I got high, and I was like, I'm going to watch every Twilight movie because I'd never seen them. And because they're like a part of pop culture. So I was like, all right, I'll watch every one. And the first one, man, it sucks. And also, I didn't know if were they trying to make a movie for girls.
I would say yeah, because the books were kind
And
of.
she's like the lady that made it. Isn't she like a fan of some other vampire shit? So it's like her fan theory.
Yeah,
or
it's
something?
like fan fiction, basically.
It's fan
of it.
fiction. Okay, so it was like something like that. But are they trying to get like girls to watch it for the story of it all, and guys to watch it to get horny?
What makes you say that part of it?
Because I am criminally not horny, but I was watching it and they would do things and I would be like, oh, was Anna Kendrick putting this movie with that shirt on to make guys horny?
I think.
Because she's in high school.
Oh yeah.
That's fucked up. I did not. I was like, you guys are trying to. I'm 38. I know all the tricks, and you're trying to get me to get horny for this 18-year-old. You're wrong, Twilight. So I already felt a little fucking attacked.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think they had to put something like that in there for guys to watch it with their girlfriends.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like a guy
100%.
sitting there with his girlfriend in the movie theater. He's like, "Oh, she's pretty hot." It's like you break up with that guy. You gotta get away from that dude. That dude's a sex pest.
No, but in the books, the way she described the shit was worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
and they're supposed to be in high school.
Yeah, and they're high schoolers.
Yeah, come on, you can't roll that way, Twilight.
And Edward's like 400 years old.
Yeah, he's 108
Yeah.
in the first one. I paid attention. But I was like baked and I was watching it and then like I got past all like what the movie's trying to posit to me. But I said it on my Instagram story and I'll say it in here. Was there no adult in all of the Twilight universe in Forks, in the town? Was there not one adult that saw Edward and all of his crew? Not one adult looked at another adult and went, "Are those kids fucking vampires? Am I weird?" Am I strange for thinking those kids all look like fucking vampires? You never see them out in the sun. There's not one person that worked at the gas station and then saw them come in and was like, "What are you, a fucking vampire?"
One of
You
them
know
had
what I
to
mean?
slip too. There's
Yeah.
no way that they stayed incognito the entire time.
Well, they are 108. They're probably smarter than all of us. But yo, your eyes change colors, dude.
yeah,
And you're pale.
he's very bad.
And when he went to shake Bella's dad's hand, I noticed he was wearing gloves because he didn't want the dad to know how cold he was. This motherfucker never shook somebody's hand. Nobody ever bumped into his naked arm.
I was like, damn.
It was like, damn, I'm fucking chilly. Golly. You need to get in a fucking hot shower, dude. You're dying, brother.
Is everything okay?
Not one person, they've never been seen eating at the diner.
Right,
Ever?
right.
Oh, we only eat inside.
And also, you know what? You know what I'm mad about Twilight? Not one fat vampire.
No, not one.
Come on, man. If you're going to break the rules and let these motherfuckers go out in the sun, there's got to be a fat one. Like a dude that'll suck somebody so hard a bone comes out. He's like, sorry, I was really hungry.
I'm going to petition for fat vampires.
Fat vampires,
now.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
what needs to absolutely fucking happen.
I would love to see the fat vampire.
I think a big part of it is with that entire series, you do have to watch the last two because it gets fucking weird.
It really.
It gets
They always do.
It gets like way to the point where you're like uncomfortable.
I'll tell you what. I'm already uncomfortable. If we want to really go deep, I don't know how many of your listeners listen or watch Twilight.
Probably a lot.
But I'll tell you what. Jacob is very toxic. I have a real issue with the Wolfman.
It
Okay?
gets worse.
He's-
Wolfman gets worse.
He's so bad.
What team are you? At this point?
I'm Team Edward, even though his body is dog shit. He's too skinny for Papa.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a I like more of a Jacob's body. Mm-hmm. But when he cut his hair, I don't like that wig they had him in, where he looks like
was a
Mad
bad wig.
Mardigan. He's like, he like looks bad, you know. You're like, what is this look they went for? Because he's supposed to be an indigenous person,
Mm-hmm.
so like, yeah, I get it, but don't lean in that hard.
Yeah, that was like a
Yeah.
$20 wig on Amazon.
Yeah,
That-
it looked bad. And this is $1 million movie, and he's like, "What's up, everybody?" And you're like, "Dude, take that off." But I guess the reveal was he does chop his hair off, and he runs around with all those other dudes with their shirts off. And I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
He had to be the most Abby one of them all, but I don't like his style, man. He's toxic.
He's rough.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah, he is.
He like anything Bella does, he's like, he just kissed her. He kissed her so hard that she punched him in the face and broke her hand.
There's
It's like
no
that's
consent.
assault, guy. Can't just be kissing ladies.
He has his own Me Too hashtag.
Mm-hmm. Jacob's bad, dude. Her friend, they go see that movie with the guy that's obviously into Bella. I forget his name. The dude in the school. That's her friend, and he's the actor is
Yeah.
obviously 34 years old.
Yes.
And they go to the movie with him, and he's a 34-year-old man in khakis. And they're watching a violent action movie, and he goes, "Oh God, I think I'm gonna throw up." And then they go outside to wait for him by the bathroom, and then Jacob just like fucking screams at him for being like, I don't know, sick at a movie.
Yeah.
He's like, "Why don't you go back in there and throw up?" I'm like, "Yo, Jacob, why don't you chill out,
Chill,
dude?
man.
You're blowing this for me."
I think one of my favorite parts of the first movie in Twilight is when he's like, "Let me show you." And then he just fucking runs around in circles. Edward is.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah.
he does the sun shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's awful.
I don't like when he like hucks her on his back and runs up the mountain. That part, it's like, dude, what? That is not. That is, and I'm just gonna say this: if I was a vampire, and I was trying to impress a girl, first of all, his vibe initially when he was so horny for her blood, remember that, and he couldn't come to school for a week because he's like, "I'm gonna fucking bite this chick." You know, that number one, that's insane. Number two, to throw her on your back and run up a mountain and not like take a little nibble. Come on, dude.
That's a red flag
Yeah,
for a vampire.
yeah.
You couldn't find another vampire? That's what I don't understand.
Also, if I was trying to date somebody, my move wouldn't be get on my back.
Let's run up this mountain.
Let me run you up a mountain. I'd be like, why don't we take a little hike up there? We'll get a coffee. I'm not going to throw you on my back and run as fast as I can.
That is a red flag.
That's
100%.
ugly.
That's gross.
That's an ugly look.
That is trying too hard.
Doing anything physical in front of a prospective mate is a bad look.
Being that skinny.
being that skinny, having that hairline. I mean, Robert Pattinson, he looks weird to me.
He is strange. I was in high school. No, I don't remember where. Junior high or high school
When that
those
came
came
out,
out.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, girls would read the books like crazy. And everybody would come to school with the Team Edward or Team Jacob shirts on. And there was a literal fist fight in my high school.
Over who was better,
Yeah.
Eddie or Jake?
Yeah. And we would, like, meet in the commons at 7 in the morning
And fight.
and fight.
Every morning?
A lot of people fought. That was like 7 a.m. getting in fist fights.
They're like, oh, that's too early to fight.
Yeah, like getting on the bus and getting
Yeah.
on fist fights before
Yeah.
you even get to school.
Yeah. The crazy thing was, I went to a school where dudes would put Everclear in Mountain Dew bottles and get wasted on the school bus before school. And I remember later on in life thinking, God damn, that dude was getting hammered at 6:45 a.m. Like, what are you, a fucking coal miner?
Where is he now?
Oh, dude, that's the other thing. Nobody can find him.
What?
Nobody can find
He's
him.
just disappeared.
I mean, somebody knows where he is. He's probably married and got a kid. He just doesn't have a Facebook. But sometimes I'll talk to some of the guys I went to high school with every now and again, and they'll be like, "Have you ever heard of Chris?" And I'm like, "Oh, Chris, da da da." And they're like, "Yeah, whatever happened to him?" And we're like, "Nobody knows."
He's in the mines.
He used to fucking get hammered on the school bus and just get thrown out of school.
That's crazy.
One day he just got so hammered on the school bus, he walked off the school bus and threw up. And it smelled like a gin mill in the lobby of junior high. And they were like, yeah, he's suspended for being wasted at school.
Just drinking like a grown man.
Also, you can hide the fact that you're high at 7:30 because you can go into school. As long as you don't smell like weed, you can go into school. And somebody be like, you all right? And you'd be like, man, I'm just super tired.
Exactly.
I didn't sleep last night. And people are like, all right, sick. And then you're like laughing at the skeleton or whatever. But being drunk in school, most teachers are like 27 years old. They see drunk people all the time.
Yeah.
And when you're like in junior high and you're like, what's up, man? You guys are fucking... You're the best fucking teacher in the world, dude. And they're like, all right, you're fucking wasted. You're suspended.
I've gotten drunk at school one time.
Really?
Yeah.
I never got drunk at school.
It was my senior year of high school. Nobody knew,
Yeah?
but it was wild. It was crazy.
Yeah.
You've never been drunk in school?
No. Never been drunk in school. Never, I didn't even start smoking weed until I was like 19.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I tried it. Maybe I tried it when I was like 16, but it was never like, oh, wait. Nah, dude, I smoked weed mass. What am I talking about? I smoked weed.
That proves that you smoke.
Yeah. I smoked weed when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we all would just get high and drive around. That was
That's
like before
the thing to do.
phones. Mm-hmm. we would play Snake on our Nokias in like my friend Jimmy's basement, and we'd smoke dirt weed, and then obviously his parents knew. They had to have known.
There's no way.
There were 7 dudes in a basement that are like, you know what I mean? They had to have fucking known. We're just down in the basement, high as shit, not playing games, all just sitting there being like, did you see blah, blah, blah at school? Yeah, she's hot. Okay. And then you just go back to being like, bing, bing, bing. That's what we did.
All day.
It's so crazy.
I think the parents probably were like, it's better that it's in my basement than somebody else's.
Well, yeah. Do you also remember that whole thing is like, don't be that parent?
Yeah.
Don't be that parent that's like, if you're going to drink anywhere, drink here. Mm-hmm. It's like, well,
It kind of makes sense.
it kind of makes sense.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, because I got so drunk at my friend Jimmy's house. You know? His parents were upstairs and I was like 19.
And were you safe?
I was safe, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm here now. All my fingers, all my toes.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, did you guys, like, did kids have crazy parties in high school?
Yeah. We
That
got
happened
into a
often.
full tilt neighborhood versus neighborhood fight.
Damn.
Yeah, like an old school, like you see in the movies. I was like, I remember being like, what are we in fucking Varsity Blues? Why is everybody here fighting?
Breaking bottles and shit. That shit would get crazy.
Yeah. We did all that.
High school parties were wild.
Yeah.
I can't do that now.
You know what I noticed? You never see them. Mm-mm. And it's not like I want to.
Right.
But you know when you're like just driving around as an adult and you like go through a neighborhood, like I'm coming to do your podcast, and I just drove through this neighborhood. There's a house.
Nothing.
No people are like fucking raging anywhere. It's really strange. There's no like high school party house.
Did that end? Like our house party's over?
Maybe.
I think
It's more of a
done.
college-y thing, I guess.
Yeah, now it
but,
is.
But it's like you know what else you never see? People smoking weed in the woods anymore.
No,
That's
is true.
So weird. I used to smoke weed out of a fucking Pepsi can, dude. I used to smoke weed out of a goddamn apple in the woods. And then we'd eat the apple and be like, "Are we even higher?" And it's like, "No, you're not. You're eating ash."
Oh my god! Did you do the moving to the part that I have to do and the part I want to get to? Did you do stand up, or were you known as a funny guy in high school?
Yeah.
Was that
yeah.
the thing?
That was my defense mechanism in high school.
Yeah.
Because I went to a predominantly black high school. Mm-hmm. So there was like two ways you could navigate that as a dude. As a guy, I don't know, I can't speak to what like a lady, like a white lady's experience would be, but like as a dude navigating, you could play sports, and kind of in like ingratiate yourself in that way. Mm-hmm. And I did play sports. Or you could be really fucking funny. Or you wouldn't do either of those things and you were like a fucking weirdo, that you would get called like a Columbine dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would be like, "Who's that weird motherfucker?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, that's these three guys and they all wear trench coats and listen to My Chemical Romance. They're fucking weird." You know what I mean? Yes. So it's like I also think I'm so happy I went to a school, like my whole school life was like that, because I think it's really important that you're, as just a human, you're like, you don't think it's weird. Mm-hmm. You don't think stereotypes, when you hear a stereotype, are negative or weird.
Right.
You know, like the stereotype that like, oh, black people have a room in their house where you're not allowed to sit on the furniture. That is so hilarious because I've been in those houses.
Like those exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
My friend Donovan's mom would be like, "Don't go in that room." She would yell at us. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why do you own this stuff? Why do you own this? I used to ask him, I'm like, why did she have this? And then you go over like the Italian, my grandma, you couldn't sit, she had plastic on her couches.
Yeah.
So it's like the same, like it's not that fucking insane, that stereotype. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. It's like I was so hyped to go to that school, but I had to be funny. Like I used to go to the trailer park because a bunch of people would just meet down there. Like a bunch of like kids from my school would all meet in the trailer park. And so we'd like meet up and like ride bikes or, you know, whatever. And one time they made me stand on a slab where somebody's house was before it drove away. And they made me stand on a slab and do stand up for like 40 kids.
Damn.
They were like, he's funny, go up there. And like people were like yelling at me. They were like making me go. And I was like 13 and I went up and I don't know how long I was up there. I was probably up there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do jokes, like not doing jokes I've heard, just trying to be funny and be entertaining. And then I didn't do stand up for, do you want the whole story?
Jim, let's go.
I didn't do stand up forever. And a comic that used to do comedy in Cincinnati used to come to the bar I bartended at. I used to bartend on Sundays at this downtown bar that sucked. and I loved it, but nobody went in there on Sundays. Yeah. So I just would have this group of like 18 regulars that I would put movies on. And that we were supposed to always have sports on the TV, but I put like Predator on. Yes. Or like what was ever on TBS on Sundays. So we'd end up watching like Commando, and I would just turn it down, and then I would just riff for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
With these regulars, and like sell drinks. So my numbers were pretty good. And I guess a comic that used to live down there used to come in there just to eat. And he always had a notebook, and I just was like, "What are you writing?" You know, whatever, just being like a bartender doing my job. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Oh, I'm a comedian." He's like, "Have you ever thought about doing stand-up?" And I was like, "No." And then I just went back to bartending. And then finally I went to an open mic, and I met a couple of the comics, and I tried it, and I bombed so badly. I did a 5-minute long run-on sentence.
For your first time.
Yeah, and I bombed so bad. It wasn't like now when the host is like, "All right, it's their first time," and everybody's like, "Woo!" and super supportive. This was like, it's this guy's first time, and you could literally hear comics go like, "Oh, yeah." And then I went up and I was like, "Isn't it weird how in my neighborhood these Jamaican guys cook the same piece of meat for 9 months. And like, I tried to tell this story about these guys and it just bombed. And I was like, maybe I'm just a funny bartender. So I quit.
I'm just going to stick to that.
I just didn't do stand up.
Yeah.
I didn't do stand up for like a year. And then I did it. Or no, I did it like maybe 5 or 6 times and bombed a lot. Maybe I got a laugh kind of towards the end of one of the last times. And I just kind of quit. And I dated this girl for like 9 months or something. And I remember I was like laying in bed and I was like, I want to do stand up bad. I don't know why. I've never yearned. I've never pined. But I was like, dude, I want to do stand up. And I was like looking at her and I was like, well, I want to just fucking hang out with this lady. You know?
I want to do something.
I want to just hang out with this lady every night and eat food and be like, oh, that show's good. I was like, I want to fucking do stand up. I liked it and I didn't know why I liked it. So I just like broke up with that lady and started doing stand up.
Pick the dream, baby.
I was just like the next day she was like, you coming over tonight? And I was like, nah. No, I'm hitting the mics. I'm gonna hit the mics for around about 3 years. Yeah. And then I just did stand up every single fucking night as much as I could.
What was the scene like then?
Wild.
Yeah.
Well, it was so I feel like the scene now is a lot tighter. Mm-hmm. Like everybody's kind of friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? There used to be this for sure hierarchy. Mm-hmm. And I think now kind of people, newer open micers kind of know who the comics are in the scene to like kind of check. You need those checks and balances anyway.
Right.
But we're all from like, especially like my class of comics, the dudes above me and the ladies above me were very much harder on us than we have ever been on this new generation of comics.
Right.
They were gnarly, man. They would like, I mean, even Mike Cronin. Mike Cronin's 2 classes above where I'm at. And Cronin, there's a thing at Go Bananas called the Meat Spot. His nickname is Meat. They used to make Cronin go up for like 5 years first on every pro-am.
Everything. What?
First on every pro. Like 130 people would be in the room, go up first. Meat, go up first. And he would just eat a bullet for the older generation of dudes for years. Like now it would be looked at like, these men are toxic.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's a fucking great comic now.
Because of that.
Because of shit like that.
I honestly think that we should kind of low-key bring back bullying.
Yeah.
Considering that
Preach.
I've been doing it since April and I haven't had any, like, you're one of the only people that have, like, besides Lee, have pulled me aside and been like, bro.
Yeah.
You probably don't want it to go that way.
Right.
Try it this way.
Yeah.
But then everybody else is kind of, like, feeding you, that was great, that was great, that was good, that was great, that was great. But, like, the way that I learn is through.
But also, we're not being dicks about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Old school, like
Would be
before
an
that,
asshole, yeah.
they wouldn't even tell you shit. They would just be like, "Pff," when you walk by, and you'd be like, well, that guy didn't fucking like me. And he's one of the funniest people I've ever seen.
So what am I doing here?
So now I just gotta fucking hate seeing him at open mics forever.
Right.
And then one day they'll like walk up to you and be like, pretty funny. And you're like, cool, thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted for 6 years.
Right.
And now you do a podcast with him. Yeah. No, I mean, like those dudes were just like so much funnier. And you know, granted, people have their own lives. They don't want to get a lot of the things with stand up. And like I've talked to okay, like Dave Waite. He's one of my favorite comics. He was never mean to me, but he never was outwardly nice to me either.
Yeah. And
Dave used to always he said, which is pretty cool of him. He said, you're not initially friends with new comics, whether they're funny or not, because comedy's for comics, for us together, it's very fucking personal.
Right.
Like we're going through a lot of this shit together. And to just let somebody know something so deep and like personal about yourself that you're not sharing with an audience, you know, like we know each other.
Right.
Like I fucking know Lee very well. I know what he likes. I know what he doesn't like. I know what bums him out. I know so much more about Lee than I do my own brother, probably. Because my brother lives in London and I haven't talked to him in years. But I know a lot about Lee as a dude. And what's weird is like, you don't do that 2 years into meeting somebody.
Right.
Because you don't know if somebody's going to be around. These guys have been doing comedy. Dave has been doing comedy for like 18 years. You know how many comics he's seen that were killers that are just gone now?
Yeah.
That did it for 7 years. Now they know a bunch of shit about you, and you're like, damn, I shouldn't have fucking divulged all that shit to that fucking weirdo. You know, it's
Right.
it is weird. I'm not an asshole, but I am a little guarded when it comes to, you know, some comics don't think I like them, and that's not true. I love everybody who does stand up because I know it sucks and it's weird, but there's just certain I gotta arm's length certain people because I feel like I've seen a lot of people get a lot of shit. And then they top out Zach Wycuff. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, Zach.
He'll think that's funny. I love Zach, and I do think he's very funny, but it's just funny to fuck with Zach. But you know, you'll see people who get a lot of shit top out, and then you never see them again.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, whatever happened to her? Or whatever happened to him? They were fucking great, and they were like on their way to do stuff. But then it's like you never see them again, because a lot of people can't handle that year drop off either. That drop off after like a year and a half. They can't handle it.
And I'm sure with COVID, it made it even worse.
Well, it's not that. That's actually probably made it better
Yeah.
for some people that really. It sucked that you couldn't do it, but
Right.
you could really watch it and dedicate and sit and write and
Hone
try
in.
do your little honing stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I'm talking about when you're starting to get funny, especially if you're a lady comic now, dude. When you have 5 solid minutes, every scene in the country will be like,
Oh, do you want to do 10 on my show?
and you always say yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because what comic wouldn't? And then after you've done so much comedy of hosting and getting spots and doing something, not just a lady, a guy comic too. I went through it. I was funny as shit for a year, and then nobody booked me.
Damn.
Well, nobody booked me because they were like, oh, you've been on every show.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, all right,
rotated.
I did every show, and now I do no shows.
Yeah.
And it's very, like, that drop-off's, like, hard for everyone, male, female, whatever. It's, like, hard for people to be like, well, I guess I'm not funny anymore. And that's just not true. You just did all the shows
Yeah.
in your area. It's weird. I mean, it's my favorite shit, but it's also, like, I keep things at arm's length, I guess, a little bit.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You kind of have to.
Yeah, you have to. It's like when you meet somebody new at your job or something. You can't just go running up and be like, "Hi."
Let
You know?
me trauma dump
Yeah,
right here, right
yeah.
now. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Do you feel like with COVID, the scene is bouncing back harder
Yeah.
because people want to do it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The open mics feel like shows.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we already had a good scene. I would really say Cincinnati because I go around, you know, I go on the road and stuff, and like I'll see other scenes, and as far as scenes go, we got a pretty fucking strong scene. We got a young scene. There's like a lot of new comics in our shit, but you guys will be all right. You'll be funny if you don't like fucking blow it or start hating stand up. You'll be funny. Everybody will be pretty good.
Do you think you have ever felt the burnout with stand up?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go through this thing like it happens like twice a year where I literally do not feel like I'm funny for a month. For real. I'll go up and like bomb at an open mic because I'm like,
Oh, I got a new joke, and I'm bulletproof.
and then I'll go up and be like, hi, you know. I'll be like, people are afraid of bugs, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like just bombing and not being in the mindset to like, and it just like me and Lee were just talking about it, like just got out of our funk. It was like we were both hit it at the same time. We're like, we are bummed out. And it's like, well, yeah, we were bummed out for a month. It always happens. It's weird.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
feel like going to open mics and telling the same jokes over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's
But
boring.
then you're telling them to the same people too.
Yeah, see,
Sometimes.
that is when stand up, either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. Because look, if you got a joke that you like, that you feel safe in, dude, a lot of comics, I personally know comics that have been telling the same jokes with the same cadence for 7 years. And you're like, dude, are you not fucking bored?
Right.
There's no surprise. There's no surprise at the end of the joke where you know everybody's going to laugh. You're not even shocked. What is the fun in that?
Right. That's playing it safe.
I hate repeating myself. Yeah, I don't like repeating a joke the same way. I don't like putting them in the same spots. I like to have fun. Comedy is the most fun thing to me.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. If it feels boring or it feels like I'm doing it just to hang out with people, I'll just be a garbage man with garbage man friends. At least that way I'll make $70,000 a year.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have to sit there and be like,
What can I say about my dad being an asshole?
you know? I could just get on the back of a garbage truck and everybody's like, man, that guy's dad was probably an asshole. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I just like to have fun. It should be fun. So if you ever feel that, even as a new comic, if you ever feel like, God, I don't want to go to the open mic and tell the same fucking jokes, switch it up.
Yeah.
Riff. Try to riff. If you start now riffing, it's so scary. Riffing is so scary. And it is the most fun.
I have watched people riff, and I see fear in their eyes when they are riffing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those-
It's my favorite thing in the world.
I think that's the funniest thing.
So do I.
I think that's what it makes it authentic because you're like there in the moment
Yeah.
with everybody. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm there with that comedian.
Yeah. And it's
Going
for
on,
you.
yeah.
What's happening is for you.
Right.
That's why I always say I'm for the room. Because I want the room to think I'm the funniest. Not some comics will do stand up as if they're doing a late night set.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, dude, you're at the hub. You know what I mean? They'll go up there and say shit like, hey, thanks, everyone. And it's like, this isn't everyone. You're not on TV. This is 40 crust punks in a bar where a dog shit on the floor. Okay? It's the best bar in Cincinnati. But,
And that's why.
and that's why. But it's like, don't come up here and run your fucking Conan set. He's off the air.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just go do stand up. Go have fun. And some people's brand of fun isn't riffing, isn't crowd work. It's not dicking around. It's sitting there writing a joke, refining it, perfecting it, finding new tags, finding new angles, stretching it, shortening it. That's the fun for some people. I ain't got it like that.
Yeah. When you started, did you write a lot?
I still write it a lot.
Yeah.
I will sit and write a lot, but I write like bullet points or ideas. Or if I'm sitting there and I think saying Pepper Jim is funny, I'm gonna find a way to say it.
Work it into it. Yeah.
Like last night, me and Mike Cronin, I featured for Mike Cronin at Hilarities in Cleveland, and it's like it is a beautiful. It is the perfect comedy club. It's so insane. It's the nicest comedy club I've ever been in.
It's
I-
where is Hilarity?
in Cleveland.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
And it's got a 5-star restaurant upstairs.
What the fuck?
And the downstairs is a beautiful comedy theater.
That's crazy.
And it's so fucking sick. And the staff is so sick. And the booker is so sick. And the owner is so sick. They sent me home with a fucking steak sandwich and Brussels sprouts. Like, they're so nice. The staff fucking rules. And it's a great comedy room. And I didn't know what the word Jesuit meant. And I was like, Cronin, is this hate speech? And he goes, no, it means you're Catholic. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, hey, let's do that. Let's both see how many times we can say Jesuit during our set. There's like 150 people out there. And we just go up and like, what's up, Jesuit? And, you know, and people are like laughing, but whatever. And then Cronin says it. And then the whole audience are like, oh, these guys are friends.
makes sense, yeah.
So every time he said it got a laugh.
That's awesome.
So it's like, I like doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Because it's for that room. It's for no reason.
Right.
But it's like, that's the most fun shit to me.
That's dope.
Because Go Bananas, we do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's like a thing. If you, my biggest comedy, like, the person that's most important to me in stand-up is Eric Cooper. He's the most important. And he's not even a comic.
Why is he the most important?
Because he made me a better stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking rules. He used to be the booker at Go Bananas, and now he's the bartender. And you'll never see him. He's in the back. And he knows, he loves stand-up. He fucking knows stand-up. And dude, I work when Bananas is open, I'll pick up kitchen shifts and stuff because I just like being there.
Yeah.
It's my favorite place in the world. And so I'll just go up to Go Bananas and be like,
Can I work the fryers?
I don't care. I just want to be there. And I've had like countless hours of conversation with Cooper about stand up, and he's made me do crazy challenges at Go Bananas where he's like, you want to be a comedian tonight or you want to go do fucking bullshit? And I'm like, I want to be a comic. I want a challenge. Yeah. And he's like, all right, go up there and do a British accent for a minute and I'll give you a light, and never address it and don't make a joke.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, okay, are you serious? And I'm like, what if they hate it? He's like, that's the fucking point.
Right.
And then in front of 110 people when I'm a brand new comic, I walk out, I'm like, hello? Just to make him, show him I'll fucking do it. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I bombed my fucking dick off. People are like, what is this guy doing? I'm like, you know, and doing a British accent. And then he gave me the light from the back of the room and I was like, oh, thank God. Anyway, my dad, you know, whatever. And no laughs. People are just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, this
in
guy
here?
doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he would give me challenges all the time, and it's like that kind of shit makes you a better comedian. You can't do the dick around all the time,
Right.
but he would give me like challenges on like important shows, and he did that with Jeff Tate. He's done that with like a ton of comics that I think are really funny.
And you gotta like feel the bomb.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
big thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, real bombs.
Yeah.
Real bombs suck,
Where you're
dude.
getting paid to do the show and you're bombing the show.
When you're headlining.
Oh,
When you're headlining and you're bombing for 40 minutes.
that hurts. That sounds
Dude,
awful.
it sucks.
How do you feel? How do you recover after that? You just brush it off. You're like, all right.
No, you sit in the green room and you go, I am wasting my life.
You have an existential crisis.
Yes. Do you know how many times I've had an existential crisis? I
did everything right. I didn't smoke weed before the show. I did the 5 o'clock cutoff time. I didn't even drink.
I went up and I bombed in front of the booker so bad she stopped taking pictures of me.
We're not posting that on our social media.
She stopped at the comedy bar in Nashville. I'd never met her before. I usually had pretty good sets there. I went up at the Nashville Comedy Bar, and I love the Nashville Comedy Bar, and I love Sahar and everybody at the Comedy Bar. And I bombed my dick off in front of 30 women from Florida. I bombed so fucking hard, I was sweating. And they were like, hey, just do a half hour tonight because it's pretty light. And I was bombing so hard, I did 51 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Because in my head, I was like, I can get him on my side. No, I couldn't. At the end,
40 minutes later.
she was taking my photos. The first time I'd ever met her. She hugs me. Hey, it's finally good to meet you in person. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. She's like, I'm so excited to see you. She's like, sorry, it's a light night. You only can do a half hour if you want. I was like, great.
Yeah.
And then cut to an hour later. I'm up there for 40 minutes and I'm like,
So, you guys getting married or something?
like just bombed. She was taking my photos. And then I just saw her phone go down like, She just put it in her pocket and was like, started doing managerial work. She was like, hey, will you just stock the towels? And I was just like, bombing.
That's rough. Do you get booked after you bomb?
Yeah. Well, the next night I went there and people are running around. Because in my mind, I was like, I'll get it back. Mm-hmm. That was just a bad show. I didn't do good. But at the end of my set, to those ladies, I was like, let's not pretend like I don't know you don't like me. But I was like, but let's not pretend like I don't know that.
Right.
So how about this? I'm going to tell my last joke and you guys are going to fake it. And then I'm going to get off stage. And I told my last joke and they clapped like Cat Williams was on stage.
That's so sweet.
And I got off stage. I bombed so hard. They were so rude to me. Nobody even looked me in the eye when they left.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I drove 4 hours.
And so I was like, I'll get him back the next night. So Saturday night rolls around. I'm all fucking amped up. I'm like, all right, we got a rebate. Here we go. I walk in and the whole staff is scrambling around. They usher us back to the table for comics. They're like, hey, just sit right here. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Then EMTs walk in. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then they're like, a lady just died in the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Was Lee on this show?
Yeah. Oh, did he tell you about this?
Yeah.
They're like, a lady just died in the bathroom. And they go, do you want to just start the show late? And I was like, sure, man. Is there a fucking ghost in here? Is that what you mean? We're going to do comedy for a new ghost? And then the EMT was like, oh, yeah, you can't have a show in here tonight.
There's a dead woman.
They were like, yeah, we got to launch a full investigation. So we're going to have to shut you down.
Oh,
and I was like,
my God.
well, cool, you saw me bomb and then a lady died. So, nice, I'll never work the comedy bar again. And then, like, she's so sweet. Like, 2 weeks later, she was like, hey, do you want to headline the Chicago one? I was like, yes. And try not to kill anybody this time. I blamed it on her. She thought it was funny, and now she still books me, so it's fine. But
Yeah.
you got to know somebody's, every comedian, every comic has bombed a headlining set.
Right.
I mean, I always think about, like, Tom Segura is.
Yeah.
He played on his podcast like 6 years ago, him bombing his dick off so hard that the crowd was chanting for the feature to come back on stage. Because that's how hard Tom bombed. And he had a Netflix special.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, man, it's whatever. It sucks. But you don't think about that when you're leaving.
Right.
You think about, like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Rumpke.com/career opportunities. I'm coming, dude. I'm either going to be a comic or I'm going to wear an orange vest and start smoking cigarettes again, hanging off the back of a truck. There's two options
That's
for me.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do pickle time. You don't have to eat a pickle, but it is highly encouraged.
I don't want a pickle. Can I eat a chocolate thing?
Yeah, yes. You know why I got those?
No.
Specifically...
There's no weed in here?
No, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have weed downstairs. I can
No,
sprinkle on top.
I'm saying I can't have an edible. I'll have you talk about an existential breakdown. I'll fucking lose my mind, dude.
I got those because I heard your story about how you have a fucking sweet tooth.
Oh yeah, dude.
And you went to Newtown? Is that where it was? When you had to get your catalytic converter replaced?
Oh yeah.
And you went to that place with the best chocolate cake, which I have been there before.
Yeah, it's called like the
Is it the Main Street?
Main Street
Yeah.
Cafe.
And we used to live in Batavia, so I know that chocolate cake.
Is that? Do you?
Yeah.
That lady, the bartender there, makes it.
It was amazing.
It's fucked up how good it is.
It's so good. So, I have some things to talk about.
Okay.
So today this came out. O.J. Simpson, this didn't come out today, but have you seen this?
God, that's hilarious.
O.J. Simpson reportedly reveals he has trouble with L.A. because he feels he may be sitting next to whoever did it. That's why he cannot go to jail.
Hey, I'll say this without saying anything, okay? Maybe he didn't do it. Right? Maybe he didn't.
Maybe he didn't.
Maybe he didn't, and maybe he did. But let me tell you something. OJ, shut the fuck up about it.
Stop talking about it.
Stop talking about it. Talk about something else. You were a running back, you know?
Right?
Be like, my knees sure do hurt. That's all you gotta say.
I have CTE.
When somebody brings up your ex-wife, you could be like, I can't talk about that. That's all you gotta say.
That's it.
That's all you gotta say. I mean, golly.
I think he's trolling. I think he's trolling the world right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's back on Twitter.
Yeah, he is. Hard.
Yeah.
He's working it. Did you watch
The juice.
the O.J. Simpson movie with Ross Geller from Friends?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where he plays Rob Kardashian.
Yeah.
That movie's good, though.
It's good.
That movie made me want a white Bronco.
Oh, yeah. A white Bronco's a pretty sick car.
Broncos are dope. Mm-hmm. The new ones are pretty sick.
Yeah.
But Broncos are pretty dope.
Yeah. I like, you know what, man? This is a fucking very wild thing of the juice to do. It really is. Whether he did it or didn't do it, whether he's completely innocent or whether he nearly chopped his wife's head off, shut up. Just don't talk about it.
Quit. Oh my God. And then, like, we had the glove. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Yeah.
And that was like the original meme.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he
Yeah,
loves
yeah.
that. He eats that up. He likes
Yeah, he does like it.
Those
Yeah.
things.
What a nightmare.
He's crazy.
Yeah,
He has CTE.
for sure, 100%. I
right.
think he was a football player when like helmets didn't even have pads in the front.
No.
He's
there's
like,
no
nah,
way.
it's cool. It's like a second skull.
So I don't know if you can tell what this is, but it says,
Is it a bumper sticker?
yeah, only on a Jeep, and it's a Jeep with a man
Oh, with two stick people fucking?
fucking,
Yeah.
and that was on today on the trashy Reddit. There we go. That's how you zoom in.
Oh, that's supposed to be a stick person's boob or the guy's hand?
That's his hand. Wait, what? That right there? What is that?
That's a boob.
That's a boob. What? How do you explain that to your?
Yeah, but where's his dick?
It doesn't even.
Only on a Jeep you can fuck a lady without a dick. Only on, actually, that isn't even maybe a lady's stick figure. How dare I just gender this stick figure? Only on a Jeep can you fuck your partner who obviously has boobs, but you don't have a dick. Maybe this is saying only on a Jeep you can give somebody the Heimlich.
Oh yeah, you can save them.
Maybe this bald boobless or bald boobed person is choking, and this gentleman came up, or they came up behind them, and Heimlich them right there on the Jeep.
Right there.
I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, they're fucking.
They're fucking.
But
Look,
you
there's
know,
a palm tree, and this is in Florida.
Oh yeah, for
It's
sure.
absolutely in
I mean, why do people with Jeeps think they can just get away with being the horny car owner?
They like pass around ducks. I think that means you're a sweetener.
What? What
Yeah,
do they do?
they have little rubber ducks, and when they
I have
needed
rubber
another-
ducks in my car, in my window,
Yeah, so
and
like
it's really weird because married couples are always jumping in and fucking me.
that's why. Do they always own a Jeep?
Yeah, I've been T-boned a ton of times by Jeeps because they see my ducks.
Do you think that Jeep? I think what is worse, Disney adults or Jeep adults?
Disney adults.
Yeah.
At least a Jeep is like, I spent $50,000 to be a fucking weirdo. But a Disney adult is like, you know what? At a point in my life, I have been molested.
Oh no! Oh my god! I'm friends with a lot of Disney adults.
So
on
am I,
Facebook.
man. And
There's
you know
so
what?
many on Facebook.
It's okay, man. People get.
Live your dream.
I mean, yeah, live your truth. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been to Disney?
Fuck no.
No, no.
Never.
I haven't either.
Never.
Would you go as an adult now?
No.
No.
No, if I had children,
Yeah.
yes. If I had children, I would go. And you know what I would say? It's probably pretty cool.
Probably.
It's probably pretty cool.
Have you seen the around the world stuff where you
Sure.
can like eat at every country?
Oh
or
yeah.
whatever? Yeah.
It's probably cool. You go there. It's like, I mean, it was set up by a fucking Nazi, but whatever. You go there, and you fucking drink butterbeer and look at the princesses and these poor people that wear polyester suits, and it's 1,000 degrees outside,
So
and
sad.
they go in the break room and they eat a bite of a sandwich, and they're like, "Cinderella, you're fat," and it's But it's like, I worked at Disney for 11 years and I was beaten every day.
Yes, that's a real thing. Yeah.
It's problematic in so many ways.
There's so many
But I also just claimed that literally everyone as an adult that likes it was molested. So, it can go either way.
It can, yeah.
But no, I kind of, I guess people like it because it's like sweet. It's like nostalgia.
Innocent.
And of course I was making a joke about the molesting thing, but it's like, I get why you would like it for nostalgia, and you would like it because it's nice, and there's no like the bad guy's a lion. It's like there's no like real foil. There's no, you're running from whatever.
But I think Disney adults had a problematic childhood. They had a bad childhood.
100%.
You don't become that obsessed with something and have a good life.
It's
There's
like when the cable guy, And And it's instead of like game shows from the 70s, just sub in like Cinderella and fucking what's that one thing called? Fantasia and all that shit. You just sub in Mickey Mouse and you're like, well, there you go.
There it is.
I mean, have you ever like dated an adult that likes Disney?
No. Mm-mm.
You know who I'm talking about is late. I feel like, God, this statement. I feel like ladies can be Disney adults.
I can see that. Yeah. But grown men.
But a grown man.
Red flag.
A grown man who's like, you're talking to him and you're like, have you ever seen Creed? And they're like, no. But have you seen that they're coming out with a new Lion King on Broadway? I'm like, dude, we're not the same person.
He's the type of man throw you on his back and run up the mountain.
Yeah, I'd be like, look at my skin. It sparkles. And I'm like, you know what, dude? It was really nice talking to you for the final time.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, here's this next one. This is somebody in a Salvation Army posting a griddle
Is that George Foreman?
saying that the price may be negotiated.
Oh, wait, that's like they're saying they're selling that?
Yes.
And it's so obviously a Goodwill.
Look how they're selling it for $50.
In Michigan.
And it's on the shelf.
Yeah, it's on the shelf. And for $50.
You know that costs like $10 at Salvo.
Less.
This is amazing.
Less. Might be $4.
It's $4.
That's you know what that is? That is a picture taken from a phone of a person who thinks I can pull this off. I can do this.
I got this.
That is a person that sat around all day and they were like, how can I make money? Like, what's the biggest swindle I can think of? I live in Davidson, Michigan. Oh, I get it. I'll just go down to the thrift store, take photos, sell it, get the PayPal, and then buy it with the PayPal money and make a profit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm ever hard for cash.
Oh, you're going to pull this stunt?
Maybe not on the shelf.
I
Like,
want
I'll
to see
hold
if
it.
I want to see if it's sold.
That's
is
what I
wanna
want to see.
Price may be negotiated. Somebody's like, I'll get, you know what? I'll give you $25. And the guy's like, sold.
Absolutely.
Sold. It was $4.
This one. Do you think he is vaccinating her in the back of a car?
In the head?
Somebody said, hold on.
on.
No, there's not a comment, but somebody said this is a parking lot Botox.
Oh, dude. You know what? Maybe she's just track my logic here. But it is a picture of a woman sitting in the back of like a Hyundai Sonata.
Yes.
And there's a picture, and the man is just wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and he's putting a syringe in what looks like her forehead. And we don't know this to be true, but maybe she got a pie thrown in her face and she's diabetic.
He's giving her what kind of pie?
Chocolate pie, chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
He's saving her life.
He's saving her
He's
life.
saving her life.
Well, God bless you, Patriot.
That's amazing. Oh, and then this one is for your. I just. So this Friday in Indy, we have John Holmes, and he stated that you're gross.
Oh, John Holmes put that I'm just gross?
Yeah.
And then he used my word,
What beef?
beefcake? I think he mixed those up, dude. Oh, he said Chris Weir sucks hard.
Yeah.
And then he, of course, said he sucks.
Sucks.
So,
Cool.
you know what, dude?
Sucks hard.
He can say I'm gross all he wants. But I'll tell you this about John Holmes. He's one of the sweetest people I know.
He's a sweet human.
And I'll be giving him his compliment in person.
I'm
I'm going to hit him with a pie.
and have this. in your hand.
I'm going to hit him with a chocolate mousse pie.
I just want to know why gross was.
I don't know. That picture of me is pretty gross.
I had a lot of You know, I had to go back to your Instagram and just make sure that was you for like 10 minutes.
What do you mean?
I just didn't think that was you for a long time.
You didn't think that was me?
No. I had to make sure.
That picture that's obviously me? You didn't think that was me? Who did you think that was?
I don't know. I was
What
like,
is different about that person?
I think it's the button up with the pocket.
I always wear those.
Well, it looks like a fake shirt. It kind of looks photoshopped.
It does look wood.
Doesn't it?
It does look like I'm wearing a wooden shirt.
It doesn't look.
Is that my profile picture?
I don't know. What is your profile picture? No, that's not your profile picture. You're wearing a denim jacket, I think.
Huh.
Yeah. Pull it up. I didn't think that was real. Also, is this a headshot? Is that what that is?
I mean, that's technically a headshot,
Yeah.
but that's not...
Is that something you've posted? Where'd they get that picture?
I have no idea.
Do you send them the pictures to use for the promo?
I didn't send them a
Pictures?
photo, I
No?
don't think. No.
So they just they cropped it out and put a textured T-shirt.
No, dude, that's got to be a photo I've taken. Oh, wait.
Is it real?
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is. It is real, but they definitely. Why did they crop it out like that?
Oh, wait.
There we go. Okay. I want to make
It does look like a wooden shirt.
It looks weird.
I mean, for the listening audience, just imagine me in a wooden shirt. And for some reason, Kylie had no idea that was my face, which is crazy. It's a straight-on headshot. And you're like,
Is that you?
do you have facial blindness?
I had to look it up a lot. There was a lot. Also, this show is in Indiana, and Gretchen isn't on this show. To be fair, I thought that was Gretchen.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine. That shirt's crazy.
I mean, John Holmes looks like he's a extra in Legends of the Fall. I mean, he looks like his name is Dust Bowl Jack. I mean, he said, "I'm gross." The dude looks like he opens fucking cans with his fingers, like for food.
This does.
He's like, "What's up, guys? Am I the?" This is his opener in Indy. He's like, if he dresses that way, he's like, "Am I the only person here that's eating beans every day of their life?"
That's the first thing. Oh my god. Well, that's pickle time. And after pickle time, I pick one photo for you to explain off of your Instagram.
Oh, okay. Fun.
So I didn't pick one before, so now I have to scroll through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, make sure you know if it's me or not.
Fuck off. This is the one that I don't understand. And the caption is, reported as junk.
Yeah. Okay. So you know who that is? That's Anna Mazza.
Oh.
And she's wearing a wig. And she bought a new phone. This is the perfect storm, actually. Anna Mazza is a comedian. She's very fucking funny. She's literally one of the funniest people I know. And she's been one of my very, 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 very close friends for years and years. Anna got a new phone. And you know when you get a new iPhone, if somebody texts you from a number you don't know, it says, "Do you want to report this as junk?"
Yes.
Okay, so Anna's first text to me on a brand new phone was her in a blonde wig. And it doesn't even look like her. And instead of saying, "Who is this?" I just never responded. And she was like, and then till she was like, "Hey." So I just posted it on Instagram, a screenshot, because it said, "The sender's not in your contact list, report junk." And so my caption is reported as junk. and I tagged her in it. But yeah, she's the best. She's one of my favorite human people.
I think my favorite thing about your Instagram is some of the posts just it's stuff like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I
And
have a
that's what
real
makes it
problem.
funny.
I just have a real problem with social media.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's gonna end.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's over?
I think it's
On its way?
over in a way.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more important to like call people again for some reason. I know that's not true, but I think it's going to be more important to meet up with people.
Yeah.
I think the fucking pandemic showed that you can only go so far on social medias
That's true.
with like interpersonal relationships. Like I got to see my friends.
You
I
can't
have
read
to.
tone. Tone is hard to read.
If you know somebody well enough though, do you notice like somebody if you're like dating somebody and you know them intimately, you can tell their tone even just because you know their voice or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, you don't know. That's the main problem is you don't know everybody's tone because everybody doesn't know everyone.
Right.
But there's this feigned intimacy. Mm-hmm. Some people get on Instagram and will literally show their butt and tell you that they're sad at the same time.
Those are my favorite kind of people.
And it's like, and I want to, I so badly want to comment on photos. Stop this.
Please
With a period. Stop this. You're somebody's daughter. Stop it. Stop it.
It's just their
Nobody's
butt.
horny for your sadness.
Their captions like Hawthorne Heights lyrics.
Yeah. Their captions like, some days are hard. And it's like, what are you doing? Put your fucking pants on and drink some water.
Everybody's uncomfortable.
You're not making us horny.
Making us sad.
We feel bad. And the dudes that get horny for that, watch out.
Red flag. That's a
Blocked.
red
Blocked.
flag. Reported.
Dude, I can't. I mean, even if a lady's like,
I'm not sad. I'm happy in my butt.
I'm like, you need to be nice on the internet. You need to be nice on the internet. There are Christians on here. Zach Wyckoff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I have a very Instagram's my favorite one.
Yeah.
I literally never look at Facebook. I have a Twitter, but the last thing I put on Twitter, this is my last tweet. And show you how good I am at Twitter. I bet it has 4 likes. I'm like horrible at Twitter. Let's see my profile. Here it is. 3 likes. 3 days ago. Eyes are awfully quiet for how wet they are.
That shit. How high? How high were you?
Yeah, it's normal.
Just normal.
That was normal. People are acting like the CDC said, okay, now everyone go black out. And, nobody likes me.
Did you get started late in the Twitter
Oh,
game?
you followed me on Twitter? Yeah,
followed
I
me,
did.
yeah.
And then I deleted it. Because I didn't get started late. I started Twitter when I was a bartender.
Oh, yeah.
So I put shit on there that was like, it meant nothing. And it would get no likes. And it would just be like, God damn, Antonio Banderas has got a chest. And it's like, what, dude? It's from like 10 years ago, It's like me being like vaguely like being like, Antonio Banderas is hot. And it's like, why am I doing this?
Why are you tweeting?
I would like tweet stuff like, is anybody out downtown? And it's like, what, dude?
Wait for people to hit you up.
I'm just obviously drunk. And I'm like, what, dude? Why would you tweet? So I just deleted my Twitter.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so stupid. And then I got it back like 6 months ago. I got Twitter back to see who gets beat in UFC.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's why I got it.
Yeah.
And like to see if pro wrestling, if somebody died or something, So
Right.
that's why I got Twitter back. But it's like, I just can't do all of them. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's a lot.
I've had a Snapchat I haven't opened for fucking ever.
You should open that. Just see what you got.
No, I mean I have like I do all of them because
Yeah.
I feel like we have to.
Right.
To keep, that's why I watch Twilight.
Promotion,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I want to like keep up on the things. Even though Twilight's like
I was
15
about to
years
say,
old.
like 30 years later.
No, I just somebody made a joke about Twilight and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I don't like to be uninformed about, especially stuff that like is so pop culturally, culture-y. So I don't know. I just don't think my trajectory behooves itself to Twitter and those.
What about TikTok?
I have one.
Yeah, do you watch it?
My mom sends me a lot of TikToks.
That's sweet.
My mom would be like,
Isn't this stuff for your shoes crazy?
and I'm like, I actually bought that at the mall.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, Mom, I own that. And she's like, does it work? And I'm like, it actually really does. And she's like, that's so cool. And then we, whatever. Yeah, she'll send me, she sent me a TikTok of a nurse that had a scanner gun that scans. Did you see this?
No.
It scans for like UPC codes or what, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Walmart code, like you can scan something. And a lady was like, I just got vaccinated, and then the nurse puts the scan gun on her arm and it shows a code on it.
Oh.
And my mom's like, what is this? And I was like, it's not fucking real, is what it is. I'm like, do you think that they put a microchip in you? It's like the joke I have. You work at Joanne Fabrics. The government doesn't care. They, it's like, I mean, we're all fully vaxxed, but it's still like, dude, come on. They can just scare people like my mother. They just scare my mother.
Fear mongering is real.
Yeah, dude.
I have to go
Like, get off TikTok and stop looking at people getting their arms scanned. Watch a dog fall down a hill or something that'll make you laugh.
I try to delete my dad's Facebook for him, but then he just makes a new one.
Is he gnarly?
Oh, he's wild on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's bad.
You're
It's
like a Trump dude.
kind of, sort of. He got vaccinated, which I was
Whoa,
very
that
surprised
rules.
about. But let me just show you the kind of DMs that he sends. I don't like saying DMs with my dad. That's weird. I'm uncomfortable. So my dad,
dad's been DMing me lately.
So this
Where are
is
y'all from?
he got all of his teeth pulled out,
Okay.
and then this is just kind of what he sends me. You can scroll through that.
Got my teeth. How you like me now? I look cool. And it's 2 pictures of Kylie's dad. And they're out of focus. It is a man taking a picture of himself with his own eyes closed, and the picture's blurry. And is that a picture of you as a baby behind him?
Yes.
Oh, that rules. I look cool. You didn't respond. Your father's like, got my teeth, and you're like, go fuck yourself. So that was okay. And then he put, wait, what hour was this? He texted you this at 3:32 a couple days ago. How do you like me now? I look cool. And then 2 hours later, how do you like me now? You once again don't respond. 3 hours after that, dude, I mean, you're so rude. Your father's been asking you about his teeth for 8 hours. And then he put, no question mark. So I'm going to read it as it's written. You like my teeth. Finally, the next day, oh, you waited for 19 hours to respond to your father. They look awesome. And then he goes, what's up, baby girl? No question mark. What's up, baby girl? No question, no punctuation. You doing okay? No punctuation. So let me say, you doing okay? And then another picture of his teeth. How much of this do you want me to read? You go to the picture of his teeth. You still have not, besides saying they look awesome to him, said anything else about his teeth. The man sent you 3 full pictures. This one is clear as a day. I'm okay, just tired. Haven't talked to you in a while. Now this feels sad.
No, wait. Oh no, I forgot. There's.
Okay.
No, you can keep. If you want to.
I don't know, man.
It gets. It's about my mom's colonoscopy.
I just read it. Yeah, I'll go to that part. Because I want to see your response to this. Haven't talked to you in a while. Go take her to her. Okay. Go to take her doctor thing tomorrow at 8. I'm assuming your father's trying to say, got to take her to her doctor thing. And you go, no capitalize. What? And he goes, Mom, we are, it's supposed to say where they put thing up your butt. And you go, oh my God, a colonoscopy. I have to go with her to bring her home. Yes. When you coming up? I don't know. I got a lot going on between now and September. Oh my God. Tell the man his teeth look nice.
They do. He'll appreciate that.
So is your mom okay?
Yeah,
There was
mom's
no
fine.
follow-up. How's mom? Nothing.
Oh, I feel bad. But then he told me that I need to call my mom. I was talking to her, so it's fine. But yeah, he's definitely an old man on Facebook. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's a joke. He shared a picture of me and my cousins and my brothers, and he said the whole gang, but it was HOLE.
The whole gang.
And we were like 10.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Y'all got to put a W on there, pops. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
embarrassing.
a lot of our fathers, and we all know this, don't know how to use the internet.
Absolutely not.
How many of our dads, and let's be honest, give me a percentage of what you think. How many of our dads have messaged Kim Kardashian on Facebook?
I know for a fact.
What's up? It got to be much worse than that, too.
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I've seen old men reshare the share this and you'll win $100, and it's from a fake Facebook. Like, you know they're messaging Kim Kardashian.
My father's friend request to me has been sitting on the rack for 2 years. I saw him at my grandmother's funeral, and he's like, "Are we friends on Facebook?" And I went, "No."
Do you refuse? Are you
I
refusing it?
refuse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not until he gives me 23 Christmas presents.
Bios
Yeah.
and back pay.
He owes back Christmas presents to me. And not until then. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't imagine. There are dudes on Facebook that, yeah, they share the like $100, and they also will friend accounts that'll say like, "What's up, baby? Want to fuck pussy?" And you're like, dude,
Give it a rest.
you get those friend requests. It's like, "Fuck my ass locally tonight," and your dad's like,
I'm friends with her. I know her. She seems really nice.
it's like, she's not nice. She's fake.
She's fake. She doesn't exist.
She's a guy that lives in Russia that wants an Amazon gift card from you.
You would send money. Has your mom ever been scammed on the internet? She sounds like she knows how to kind of use it, though.
My mom knows how to use the internet.
Yeah.
But my mother also has me in her life.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't around, there is a scam that goes around that's like, thanks for signing up for this app. And it's like an Apple receipt
Yeah.
from the iTunes store. And it's like $900. And my mom was like,
I don't know if I did it on accident. I'm freaking out. They need my bank information so I can reverse it so they can put the money back on my card.
and I'm like, don't do anything. Call Apple. Just call Apple support and say this happened, and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm like, simply Google it. Just Google the thing, Barb.
Oh, man. I think we've gone too far with technology.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's terrible.
It's not, it's also the greatest
The
thing
best.
ever. It's like, I genuinely like my phone. I like when people have phones.
Yep.
I like when people are on their phones in front of me. I don't mind any of that shit. But I also don't want to partake in the same game. You know what I mean? You're not going to catch me up on there with my butt out telling people I'm sad. It's just not going to happen. I'm just not going to play that game. Because the internet, like, remember when Instagram was about taking pictures of a cheeseburger?
Yeah.
And being like, look what I did today. And now it's so intrusive.
Yes.
It's like, I fucking love Instagram. I watch everybody's stories. I'll even fire out a DM. And I'm like, I don't mean a horny DM. I just will not do that.
No.
Unless it's like welcomed. And I know I'm like, but you know, even my horny DMs are super respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll never be like, I want to eat your pussy till you're dead. I want to be like,
Well, you look really nice today.
it's like not even a good DM.
Did you get your hair cut?
Yeah. Oh my God, you got your hair cut.
And then be like, come on, answer back. Come on, answer back. It's nothing like a horny at all. It's just like, oh, I bet your mom seems nice. And it's like, why don't these girls? But it's like, I don't know. I could never imagine. I've never sent a picture of my penis to anyone.
Really?
Ever. Even
That's
girlfriends.
respectful.
Maybe through the pants.
Yeah.
Or an undies shot, but never a naked penis.
Or is it because you're scared to have that out there? Or is it just because you feel like it's not welcomed?
No, like if I'm dating somebody.
Yeah.
I would never send my dick to somebody that I was like trying to get with.
Right.
Be like, hey, what's your favorite color? By the way, here's my cock.
I would never do that. That's insane.
One of the biggest controversies in my hometown is this man who sent naked photos to one of my friends. But it wasn't just any naked photos. It was his ball sack placed specifically in certain areas.
What do you mean?
So it'd be like, you know the fold chairs? And you know how they have that bar at the bottom of it?
Yeah.
It would be his ball sack on that bar.
Why?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Why?
And he was in like 10 of them. It would be like his ball sack on like the back.
Was he being funny? It wasn't funny?
No, it was to try to pursue the person.
That was his game?
That was his game.
He'd be like, you know what? I bet she's a ball girl.
Let me just
What?
pop him out.
He would just drop his hangers on stuff? That was his move?
It would be like a full sack on like a vanity. Like that was the game. That was the game.
And she's married to him now, I assume?
She's married to somebody else. She's married to his friend.
Really?
Yeah.
That dude, I mean, what did he think was gonna happen?
Mm-hmm.
Did he think she was gonna be like, well, you're the one for me?
Yeah, Brandon Ballsack.
Brandon Ballsack says his name. You know what? That's insane.
Isn't it crazy?
I have sent pictures of my balls to my friends.
Yeah, that's a normal thing that I've heard.
My friends have also sent me videos of them taking a piss.
You know, girls do that same thing.
No.
Yeah. I usually get a poop Snapchat once every 2 months.
A poop?
Yeah, like
if one of my buddies sent me a picture of their shit, I would be actually mad at them.
It's disturbing.
I'd be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Usually it's for medical purposes.
Really?
Like, does this look normal?
Really?
But they're asking me.
And you're like, yeah, I'm not a fucking doctor.
Or like,
Anytime I see poop ever on my phone, I'm like, go to the hospital. Because I don't know what poop's supposed
if
to
you're
look like.
asking me,
Yeah, if you're
you
asking
gotta
me, you're already dead.
go. Or like they'll send like nude approvals. Does this work?
That's nice.
And yeah. It's like a support group.
Hey, let me just tell any woman that's listening about a nude approval. It always works.
No matter what.
Any shot of a woman's naked body that she's nice enough to send to a guy is gonna work. You could be double chinned. You could be naked falling down, and a dude would be like, "Yeah, that's pretty fucking hot." Good for her, man. Good for her. She must be working out. You know what I mean? You could be like on fire. We'd be like, God damn, she's on fire, dude. Doesn't matter.
Girls critique it. Like for men, like there's been times where we have
Be like, if you zoom in, you can see your tampon string. Yeah.
But like if a man sends it, zoom in. And we'll like zoom in and like take the picture of zooming in. and like send it back and be like, did you see this in the picture?
Oh, like your cat's like taking a shit behind you. Yeah, yeah.
And stuff like that.
See,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not a prolific sexter anyway.
I don't get it.
I also sometimes, if like, you know, I'm dating somebody or something and they send me a nude, I'm like, oh, how dare you? I'm at the bank. You know what I mean? I am at the self-checkout.
I don't have time for this.
I have 4 Honeycrisp apples in my hand. Because I feel like I need to immediately respond.
Right.
When
right.
a nude is basically like a situation.
And they're waiting for you to respond.
I don't know these fucking Don Juans out there, these goddamn, what's his name? Casanova. I don't know these internet Casanovas out there that are getting nudes and responding like 3 hours later, like a hard eye. What does a lady like to get responded to a nude from a guy?
Immediately. It
Yeah,
has to
but
be ASAP.
What do you like to hear when you fire out a nude? What do you want the guy to say?
Just a full compliment. Like,
Right.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's,
What are you dating fucking Hulk Hogan?
hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Sick tits, dude.
Oh my God.
Anyway, you want to skate later? No, like I mean, because I think I blow it. Like
Every time.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is my response to any nude photo I ever get. Holy fucking shit. Period.
I think you should point out something in the photo.
Holy fucking shit, those nipples. You know what I mean? It's not good. Responding to a naked photo is just not good. You also can't react with like a heart or a thumb.
Yeah, that's absolutely out.
Yeah, you can't react to it. So you have to say something. Or a girl's going to be like, this guy fucking hates my body. And he's so rude to me.
And they're texting about it in the group
and they're
chat.
texting their girls like, what did I do that he hasn't responded in 4 minutes? And it's like, maybe I will respond. Sorry I didn't respond. I was wrecking my car. When you sent me that, it was so hot I wrecked my car. That might be nice.
That might work,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
I didn't know what to say because my jaw broke. Or, you know, what? I don't know.
I think in the group chats, they get hyped up too much.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's your
Oh, yeah,
friend.
because the
You're like,
girls gas him up.
fuck yeah.
And
Like,
then a
yeah.
dude just sends back like, whoa. And you're just like,
Send back the hang loose emoji.
yeah, that's what I'll send back. Thanks. Thanks is the worst.
Yeah, thanks. That was.
Thanks. A lady's like finally fires out a nude and you're like, whoa, sick, thanks.
Oh my God, that would be awful. I would cry. I think I would cry.
If somebody sends me, next time somebody sends me a nude, which might be 10 years from now, but when it happens, I'm going to go, are you okay?
Is everything all right?
Call your father.
She would never send a nude again.
Yeah.
That would be the end. that would end.
Not to me. I just, that's what I always wondered is like what a lady likes to hear back, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you're getting gassed up by the gals are always going to crush that.
Yeah.
Because there's something about gal to gal. I'm going to start saying gals more. Gal to gal, lady to lady. You know, you guys, like dudes know how to talk to dudes about the dude thing.
Yeah.
There is this weird delineation between guys and girls for some reason where it's like, if you compliment a girl's body too much as a guy, you're either weird or you're like overbearing.
Yeah.
But if you don't compliment it enough, you're a fucking asshole and you're a coward and you don't know how to speak to women. You're a mama's boy. But also, so there's that weird line. That's why I was always like, what do you send back to a girl?
I would say whatever you send back, do it in all caps.
Ho! Well, probably not ho. Whoa!
You just call her.
Yeah. You're being a real whore. Well, I can't believe I'm speaking with the queen of the whores. Send her a picture of the Bible.
Oh my God.
Read this. Damn
I think
it.
you need you're damned to hell.
Yeah.
It's over.
Oh, great. Another succubus in my DMs.
I I gotta go.
Zach Wycuff.
This is the third time.
Yeah, I got to get 3 Wycuffs on the podcast.
Well, speaking of podcasts, we're
Doing one.
doing one
Currently.
right now,
Yeah.
and you have yours, Rumble Lips, which I don't know if you saw the outline, but I auto-corrected it, and it went to Rumble Limps.
Rumble Wimps?
Limps.
Oh, Limps. Yeah, that rolls.
But you have that, and you also have Riff City.
Yeah, and I have Mr. Cheeks.
Mr. Cheeks?
Yeah.
What's Mr. Cheeks?
Don't let's do It's a character podcast with Mike Cronin.
No way.
We play 2 former male strippers who are in the witness protection program.
What the fuck? How
Yeah.
did that idea even come up?
It was just me and Cronin thinking how funny it would be.
How many episodes you got?
We got 1 season out, and we're recording the 2nd season.
That's wild.
And it ends with a cliffhanger.
I'm checking it out.
we've had like Andrew Rudick and Lee, and we've had some people like playing characters and stuff on it.
Yeah.
They were 2 cops. They were 2 witness protection program. They were FBI agents from Boston. Rudick does a great Boston accent, and he actually does.
Oh my god.
And it's me and Cronin, and I'm a character named we don't know if his name is Jim or Jack. I forget how we started it, so we just call me either one. And his name's Jim Jack Rickamortis, and Mike Cronin's name is Tom Spankers. And he has a voice like this, and my guy is just like a Brooklyn Italian shithead, and it's pretty wild, and we say wild shit.
That's
and we do an
amazing.
in memoriam after every episode for one of our former stripper men that have died, like Chicken Ethan Hawke and and shit like that. It's funny.
How often does that come out?
It came out for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's 12 episodes in the first season, and then we put them out every week for like 10. But Cronin had a baby, and so it's kind of been pushed back, but we're gonna put out the 2nd season pretty soon.
Get back out.
Yeah, that's a fun one. And then Rumble Lips is just me by myself.
Just riffing.
Yeah, just riffing. Trying to do bits. And then also I have a really shitty computer. So I'll be like in the middle of a hot one, and then my computer will just be like, this will never be heard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it just crashes.
Get
So
off Facebook Marketplace.
should I?
That's where I got this for $200.
What?
Yeah, $200. Some guy in Mason sold it to me. There's a bunch of them for that much. This is a 2012.
That
And
was
it was
$200?
$200. Came with a keyboard and a mouse.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not kidding.
I'll give you 100.
You can get one damn.
I'll give you 100 right now. Talk you out of your computer. And I get all the rest of the shit.
all of this.
No, I got my own soundboard and microphone. And Riff City's me and Dave Waite. And it's just over Zoom, and we just riff.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. When does Rumble Lips come out?
Whenever I feel like doing one.
Yeah.
For real. Like, somebody tried to put it on a network, and they were like, can you do one every week? And I was like, absolutely not.
I cannot commit to
I can promise you I will, and then I just won't. Right now, Rumble Lips comes out every 3 weeks. Yeah. And sometimes it comes out twice a week, and sometimes it comes out once every 2 months.
And you've been doing Rumble Lips for years.
5 years. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I want to delete them all and start over.
Do it.
I think I will.
Zorst Giles did with his.
Yeah.
He had 200 episodes and deleted every single one.
Yeah, well, the problem with Rumble Lips is they only exist on the RSS feed now because I bought an external hard drive, and I was like, I'm putting 2,000 gigs of Rumble Lips right on this external hard drive, and I found out I was deleting.
That's the worst.
Yeah. It took like 2 days to put them all on from my computer, and I was like, pfft. And I just unplugged the external hard drive, and I was like, there it is. There's 5 years of my work right there. And then I went to like plug them in to do Mr. Cheeks, and Cronin was like, hey, this external hard drive is empty. And I was like, yes!
That's awful.
It doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. We're all going to die.
How do you feel about doing it solo? Do you like Rumble Lips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I like doing it. I have a hard time being motivated to do a podcast by myself.
It's really hard.
Like, I always say shit like, if I had a setup like this, I would do it. and I probably would if I had a more comfortable chair. I sit on a wooden chair with no cushion because life is pain. But I realize if I had a setup like this, I would have to vacuum, and I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, even with a setup like this, it does not.
Yeah.
That motivates. I used to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
I was more motivated on the floor than I am here.
I am too. Like I sit in my wooden chair and then I stand up and I just walk around my apartment with like a 35-foot mic cord. I'm just like walking. I'm like knocking shit over. I've like pulled the soundboard off of the table before 100 times. And I'm like, well, there it goes, the whole fucking episode, you know. And you listen to the episode, it's like, and it's dead silent for 2 minutes because I don't know how to edit.
Oh, yeah. Do you edit it at all?
No.
No.
I know how to put the theme song in.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to fix the theme song from abruptly stopping.
So no fade
There's
in.
no fade out.
Fade out.
There's no fade. The theme song's like, meh, 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 and then it's this wild trap beat, and in the middle of the beat, it's like, pff, and I'm like, hello. Every time I'm a stand-up comedian. I refuse to also learn the intricacies of sound engineering, videography. I mean, what else? What else do we have to know how to do? Photoshop,
coding.
basically. Yeah. People are like, why don't you have a website? And it's like, because I don't know how to do that. They're like, well, get on Squarespace. It's easy. And I always say the same thing. No.
Absolutely.
Did you just see me do stand-up? Did you go to my website? Whatever.
There it is. Well, Instagram exists for that now anyway.
I know people are like, you should have a website and your Instagram, and your Instagram or your website should link to your Instagram. I'm like, no, just go to my Instagram.
That's it.
And if I forget to put where I'm at, oh well. You know what I mean? People in Cincinnati are like, when's your next show in Cincinnati? Or when's your next show? And I'm like, this weekend I'm in Indianapolis. And they're like, oh, cool. We might come. And I turn around and I get in my car and I say out loud, you're not fucking coming to Indianapolis. Don't lie to me. You don't come to my shows when I'm in town.
When it's local.
Yeah.
You're not coming in.
There are some people that I know that I am close friends with that their children love me and they've never seen me do stand-up. And they'll just DM me, oh, this show looks fun. And I am this close to DMing my friends back. Go fuck yourself.
You never came to a show.
Fuck you. Yeah. But in their defense, I didn't come to their wedding. So it doesn't,
It works out.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah.
You owe them wedding back pay presents.
Yeah, I owe them like 100 children's birthdays and weddings and
Do you want to come to our cookout?
it's like you don't season your food. But it's also like, no, I don't. I have a show in a barn where everybody's sweating to death.
All right. Well, when is your next show? Friday? Thursday? Wednesday? Tuesday?
What is today?
Today is Monday.
What is the date?
Today is Monday the 9th.
Okay, I never write anything down, but judging by Instagram, my website, I follow me on Instagram at Ran Barnaclo, and you can find out where my shows are. But so far, somebody mentioned me in a story. I am in a place you won't come to. I'm in Indianapolis. Do you got listeners in Indianapolis? Probably. It's the internet. If you want to come see me, tickets are on sale for the White Rabbit Cabaret this Friday, the 12th.
13th. It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, the Friday the 13th. Yeah, we
Spooky.
even talked about it. Yep, come to that. Also, I don't know. I'm in Denver. I'm all kind of places.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you going to fly to that or drive?
I am gonna fly.
Yeah, smart.
Anything over 8 hours, I fly.
That's smart. That's very smart.
Because I learned my lesson when I drove from St. Louis to Oklahoma back to Cincinnati.
I would kill myself.
And I was like, well, I like being in the car.
Yeah.
Like, I just came from Cleveland to be here. But, like, golly, 13 hours, I'm like, man.
That's rough.
If I don't like pooping in gas stations. Because I don't know if you know this about men's gas station bathrooms, but it literally looks like there are people in this world that can remove their asses and dump their entire body on a toilet.
I've had to clean that up before.
Really?
I worked at a gas
Did
station.
you work at a Love's or something?
I worked at a Speedway.
Oh.
I worked at a bunch of Speedways around here.
You worked at a bunch of speedways around here?
It's rough. They did remove their butt. That happens.
Yeah, dude. How do people even do that?
They're
What
like
are they?
standing on the toilet?
Yeah, what are you eating where you're like, if I don't shit explosively now, I'm going to have to sell my car. You know?
Oh my god. All right, shits and giggles. All right, plug your Instagram again.
At Ran Barnaclo, RanBarnaclo.
Twitter?
Yeah, sure. Just follow me on Instagram. Instagram is the best one.
This is the best one.
I'll do Twilight reviews.
Well,
I think I'll watch Harry Potter next.
do it. Have you watched Harry Potter before? Not really.
I had it when I was like 28.
Watch it again. It'll open
I was
your
like
mind.
like 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
I'm 38
Because
years
it
old.
came out like, oh, Shrek. That would be a good one. Have you watched Shrek?
I've watched the first one.
Yeah, watch all of them. There's 4.
Oh God,
It's crazy.
there's 4.
There's 4.
Yeah, okay. I need to watch some movies that I haven't seen, like that are huge things that people love.
And catch it on Rand's Instagram story. It'll be linked in the description.
That's right.
And then your podcast links will be linked in there. Do you want me to link Mr. Cheese?
Yeah, link them all.
I'm
Who
gonna
gives a
do it.
fuck?
I'm really excited about that because I didn't know it existed. So
It's
it's something.
some things are sad.
Amazing. Well, thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And good night. Goodbye.
Talent?
Talentless?
Talentless.
Talentless?
Talent.
Talent?
Talentless.
Talentless?
Talent.
Talents?
Talents.
Talents?
Talents. Talentless. Talent.
Talents?
Talons with the talentless to the talons. Talentless talent.
Talentless talent?
It's talentless talent.
Talentless talent with Kylie Bills.